So we recorded a show 7 days ago, right? And one of the biggest things we talked about during that show was the news of Omos possibly going to Pro Wrestling Noah for Noah the New Year 2025 show on a Jan 1. That Friday, woke up. Oh, nigga, here now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you was wondering who was the other member?
Oh, nigga here now.
Nigga here now. Did y'all see the videos of Omos in Japan, like at the arcade, trying to fit into
Yo,
the
he could.
seat? He
Welcome to
He
the
could.
T-Mobile here. That
Like, he was standing like this in all the pictures, my
with
nigga.
him and Shinsuke and Homegirl.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, cause you ever seen when Gunner would come to my house?
I'll be right back.
Gunner,
Yeah, I seen when that nigga came to my house. Excuse me.
and he was doing this the whole time, real uncomfortable. That's what it was. But so him and Gunner, how tall is Omar? 7'2"?
Is he?
He's 7 something. So him and Gunner are about the same height and shit. So he looks uncomfortable, but he looks happy.
You know, what's cool is he moves well. I mean, we always talked about him being a
Basketball player.
a ball player. So, but he moves well, and that's cool. He doesn't. I seen when he got into. Is that the Yokozuna face that he got in on the outside of the ring?
There was a sumo dude.
I
Yeah,
know the serious sumo nigga he got.
I forgot his name, but yeah, it
And
was a
the
sumo guy.
dude did what big dudes are supposed to do. Not only did he stand up, but it was a very slow,
Oh, yeah.
smooth motion. Like, okay.
Sized him up.
Yeah, listen, it was a very it was cool, man. Just watching him move around and doing something. Listen, I am a great big proponent of these niggas doing something.
Right. Well, last week when I made a clip and I was like, shit, we have to at least put this up now because this news, our conversation is dead at this point. So I threw it out there, and I guess the conversation we was having last week, I mean, niggas was laughing, but I mean, you got to think about it. Like, Omos, the only other, he's currently one half of the GHC Tag Team Champions with Jack Morris as part of Team 2000X. The last and only time he held a title was back in 2021 for the 4 months that him and AJ Styles were tag team champions,
which was dope too.
It was necessary. Especially for me, and this is why I'm saying it, because I was probably the biggest skeptic out of the pot. I was not. The thing is the way they present. He's a bodyguard. It makes sense. Then he's like a ninja, and then it's like it was like a lot of. He was like he had the yamin on at one point.
He was always a ninja.
Yeah, he was Storm Shadow, nigga.
But
like
yeah,
he had the yamin on. Yeah,
like snake eyes.
You know, like a double Muslim. He was like a double ninja.
A double Muslim?
Yeah.
That's a real thing?
You ain't never heard of a double Muslim?
No.
Never
What
mind.
that nigga Sunni and
that was what them
a Shiite and a Sunni.
They be like Clinton 13X. I don't know. It be I don't know if you get. I'm gonna shut up.
Outside of the burqa.
I'm gonna shut up because I don't know how any of them dudes move. Google it.
Not at all.
It's not. I didn't just make it up. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, he is very close to Philly, so I think you get part Muslim just from being from there.
After 9/11, people was asking me if I was a Sunni Muslim when I'd be out in Trenton, just because I had a little bit of.
And you rock a baldy.
And even then, I wasn't even rocking the baldy. This was maybe a year before I had to. You make and sell bean pies? No, but there was a brother that would sell the bean pies around the corner from my mama's house.
They super sweet though. You can't eat. You have to eat them after food. You can't just like.
That's something sweet to eat. Yeah.
My bad, Cal. Go a double ninja.
Double ninja. But what I'm saying is, my problem a lot of the time was with the presentation. Like, aside from Braun, like there's a Braun Strowman giant in WWE, and then there's like Brock Lesnar. And remember, we've had this conversation about Braun Strowman before. Like, Braun Strowman be the giant until Brock Lesnar come in and literally knock him out. Braun Strowman was supposed to be that dude, and Brock took the title and was that guy. And this wasn't that long ago. They weren't looking at Omos like a Brock destroyer. Didn't he lose to Brock?
Yeah, but he was whipping Brock ass.
Yeah, he was definitely getting busy.
He specifically asked for Omos.
What,
and at that match, we was like, "Yo, he's through the roof."
that was the thought. That was the thought at the time. And then what?
Nothing. They did nothing with him.
They did nothing with him. The last time he was in WWE, he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That's his last.
The Giant Andre he was what?
Shout out to Giant Andre. That's an old episode too. I don't think that episode. I don't think
that's not on the books.
I have that video somewhere. I need to one of these days. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
How you make a bunch of mimosas on Sunday morning. Giant Andre.
That's great.
That's great. Somebody Google the Giant Andre and then come back. Then find the Giant Andre and then send it in.
Yo, it's my nigga Danny will Google it.
Danny Ocean.
And I saw the guy. He was like big dude. He was like a big black guy. And I was scared a little bit.
Just so
regular black guy you see down in Pigtown or something.
Just so we're clear.
Someone, East Baltimore,
Shout out Danny Ocean. If you Google double Muslim, the clip, the Richard Pryor clip, that was what I was thinking about, is what come up with, because he was talking about being in jail and there being double Muslims, if I'm not mistaken.
Them being like an Orthodox Muslim and then being like part of like the gang,
something like that. Yeah. It's been a minute. Do not Google Giant Andre if you value your search history. It's crazy. Sorry.
He's still working, man. Somebody book John Andre this weekend.
He may still be working. I'd have to look. But no, I think and Fan was talking about it specifically when we were after the footage of Omos in that match. Like, he looked like a monster. Like, the way that they were booking Braun when Braun Strowman first got to WWE, was first killing jobbers all the time, picking people up by he's in the ring. He reached out and picked the guy up by the top of his head and pulled him into the ring. Like, I like, because he's a tag team champion, because he's part of this group, I'm assuming they're rocking for a minute. I don't think there's no reason for him. The only reason he need to leave Japan is to show up in Indianapolis with that tag title and do the Rumble. He could lose, but I think doing that, have him maybe eliminate, however many people you want him to do, and then have him go back to Japan. This is beautiful.
I'm sorry, what?
This is beautiful. When you use people correctly, that's a beautiful thing. I'm being honest.
Is this because it's a new year?
No, not at all.
Not new year, new me, cow, yo.
No, trust me. I'll say this. I've been seeing people talk about, shout out that first way back to work vibe. I'm like, motherfucker, I've been working I don't fit nothing about this year feel new to me. I'm chilling. This the same shit. It's the same situation we always talking about. You've got dope black talent. Y'all loved them. Use them properly. That's all we want to see.
Is there a market for monsters in the U.S.?
It's tough. It's tough when, I think, because there's a balance, right? Like, if you have a monster, at some point that monster's got to be a champion, right? Like, you would feel like Obafemi's a different character because Obafemi moves differently than like a traditional big man. I think that's his thing, is like, big men can move, big men are agile. Like, that's really, his ethos right now. But like, if Omos is this type of Omos on the main roster, he need to be beating somebody ass for a title at some point. But they don't book him like that because they book their main events differently, and they're not trying to get Omos out. Well, that too. That's too. That's probably 0. And then 1 is they're booking their main events the Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens type way. Like they want them kicking out of 3 finishers, 4 finishers. That's not an Omos match, unfortunately. So then the question is, where do you do that? Where would you properly go to have Omos be like an AJ Francis or something like that?
So I think for me, the answer to my question is nah. Like, it ain't
Right.
no market in the U.S.
Right.
for monsters, because monsters are supposed to be an attraction, and that's what we had gotten the word of. And I don't know if this was Voldemort on the way out saying this, but it was, the word was, well, Omos is gonna be used more as an attraction, and I was like, oh, that's smart. And then he was just not used. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We saw him online riding the sprinter with MVP, and then he was doing his cologne channel.
Facts. I saw he was all over Mania weekend. I bumped into him a couple times moving around.
Yeah.
They just they didn't have him booked for anything but fan shit.